Good morning. Okay. I'm gonna hold these the other way. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Welcome if you're here. Thought we'd just do a quick general check-in. Okay, I'm going to really focus on what I'm doing here. So I'm getting these hoppers, but okay. Wow. What way was that? So I do shuffle on camera. I think it's important to demonstrate the shuffling because I really want everything to be as authentic as possible, but I will pop the timestamps down for us should you wish to skip the shuffling. Okay, I'm going to get a few more cards and then I'll take some time to meditate on the messages we have here. And again, I can pop a timestamp down for when the reading begins. Ooh, we have a jump up. I think I want 2 more cards to kind of round this out. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna leave that on the ground. I'll pick it up at the end. Almost. If you find the shuffling therapeutic, that's great. I know I do. It's a real, okay. It's a real kind of relaxed feeling it gives me. So, alrighty. Okay. So we've got a few energies going on. As I said, I'm going to take some time to kind of meditate on some stories here that cards are showing us. That's the bottom of the deck. Put that up here. I think for the best readings, you kind of got to balance the impromptu first instinct messages, but you also want to take some time to really analyze and thoroughly kind of dissect the cards and what patterns they're trying to show you, because yeah, life's all about patterns and recognizing synchronicities. So initially I'm seeing a lot of yellow here, which is about creativity and energy. We do have some grey coming through and some blue as well. So not a lot of darkness, which is nice. We have a 10. We have a major arcana, a king and a queen, 7, a 4, an ace, another 7, and a 6 of cups. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the 9. Number 9 in the major arcana, the Hermit. Virgo card. We are in Virgo season at the moment. The Hermit is all about going within. you know, what's going on internally, taking some time for yourself to reflect on your own patterns, your own actions, and how they in turn are keeping you on the right path. So Virgo season is very much about identifying within your maybe your pitfalls, starting to nitpick a bit on yourself, but with the best intentions. It's important we're not harsh on ourselves with the intention of ruining our flow. We've got to identify areas of development, and that's what Virgo is all about. She's a bit nitpicky, but she's a perfectionist. So we're focusing in on ourselves, we're focusing in on our health, how to connect better with the earth, really grounding ourselves again, kind of getting down from this fiery energy we had in Leo, where it was all about me. Time to go, how am I stuffing up these days? And what can I do in terms of setting plans and routines to get back on track? It's a nice time. And the Hermit, it's not all doom and gloom. He's got a little light here, the light ahead that is illuminating what to do when he's ready to come out of his cave. So that's the bottom of the deck. So the Ten of Wands is telling me you've been carrying the load here. You've been toiling away, been working hard at something, and it hasn't been simple. You've been in it for the long haul. You can feel tired with the Ten of Wands. Wands are a masculine energy. Wands are about physicality and practical means. So you might be working on a creative project. You might be fixing up your house. You also might be trying to work to a practical goal. All right, sorry everyone. My man child having a moment for a second, so I had to go grab him, make sure he's all right. Okay, so he's going to be sitting in on this today, just making sure I'm getting everything right. He'll be grading me, observing. Okay, so we were just talking about the Ten of Wands and how that's a card of hard work and toil and the long haul and a lot of physical, practical effort. It's also the card of, so tens are about completion and resolve. So you've been working for a while and you're really close to this ending. Shush, Bubba. Hey, Bubby. So then we get to justice. So justice can be quite literal. You could be going through something involving the legal system. There could be a big decision, some contracts to be signed. It's all about, putting pen to paper and making decisions that are just and fair, usually in business. When it comes to relationships, you might be in a very practical relationship. You might be thinking about marriage. You might be thinking about prenuptial arrangements. You might be thinking about mortgages, entering into a contract with someone. So justice is all about, official records, official documents, and a big decision if you are experiencing an issue going through the courts, potentially going your way. So within this reading as a whole, I'm getting a lot of work energy. I'm not picking up on a lot of romantic energy, but if this is applying to romance for you, maybe you're in a relationship that you're having to put a bit more thought and practical effort into than you should. Is this relationship a business arrangement? So there is a lot of conflicting energy here too, so I will talk about that in a moment, but in the meantime I will consecutively work through the cards we've pulled. So we've got the Six of Cups here, and upright, that's about memories, fondness, childhood, lessons that you've learned as a kid, and what have, when you've reflected on them, brought you into who you are today. There's a real warmth and friendly nostalgia about this card, and using you know, that creativeness and that spontaneity and that innocence, and maybe even naivety that you had as a child emotionally, to maybe inspire some of the things you endeavour to do in your adulthood. Now, we have it here reversed, so what that's kind of indicating is that the sense of nostalgia may be holding you back rather than pushing you forward. So you may be holding on to memories of the past that aren't serving you anymore. Or someone around you maybe. So that's the energy. Okay, so far, working hard, toiling away for a long time on a project that should be coming to completion. We're thinking about legal contracts and maybe some ideas we've had in the past, some of our nostalgia. Things we thought were great aren't serving us anymore. So then we come to the Seven of Swords, which is about deceit. Now, it's about being cunning. It's about being strategic. This guy, those swords aren't his. He's taking them from the enemy camp here. He's left 2 swords as to not make himself too obvious. And he's carrying 5 swords away, looking back over his shoulder to make sure no one sees him as he creeps very delicately on his tiptoes away. Now, people often kind of write this card off as someone is nasty around you or they're bad. The thing is, this is a yellow card, so it's a lot about creative energy and strategy. So sometimes we have to be a little bit cunning. We have to be a little bit delicate with our plans. And there's a real, there's no shame in that. And especially when you're dealing with court, especially when you've been working hard for a long time, you have to consider maybe there are ways that I could be achieving my goal a little bit more efficiently by using this masculine energy of swords rather than wands. Wands are very practical, fire energy. Swords are air energy, so it's about using your mind, using your head. Okay, so this could be you, this could be someone around you. There isn't an oppositional energy here, so that could be making this contrast because you might be needing to re-strategize yourself, or this may be you and this may be some other person, or vice versa. You may be in a business arrangement or a partnership with this oppositional strategy. Okay, so the Ace of Wands here is telling me that this project that's been being worked on, you've put so much effort and energy into, it is worth it. Ace of Wands is completion. It is the highest and most successful card of the pack. So it's a accumulation of all of the energies that we learn throughout the Wands suit. It's an idea, it's a spark, it's a sign that what you're doing is right and it is worth it, and this is valuable, this project. Practically worth it. And then the Four of Wands. So we're still on this Wands energy. Okay? Four of Wands reversed. That's telling me that you have been working for a long time. Remember, we were in the 10s, so the 10s are coming to completion. Approaching the end of that suit. This Four of Wands, 4 upright, is about celebration. It's about harvest. Look at all the fruits of the labor, balance. The fours are about a sense of equality and resolution. So they're even. 4s are even-handed. So what you should be celebrating here in this potential partnership, I don't know if there's 2 people here, a business arrangement potentially, you feel like you should be celebrating at this point. You both should be having a sense of time to harvest the fruits of our labor that we've been working on for so long. And they have been worth it. They are a good idea. However, this 4 here is reversed. So for some reason, potentially a reason that you're having to go through and discuss in court right now, is holding you back from enjoying the fruits of your labor. Okay, maybe there's some old energies. Maybe you're hung up on this feeling of like, we should be here right now. We should be celebrating. This idea I had was so amazing, and why hasn't it worked out just yet? Why hasn't it worked out? Maybe we've got to release some of these ways of thinking, get a bit more strategic. Hey Bobby, do you need to come sit with me? I'm just going to move these over. Hey, come here. What's going on, y'all? Bobby. Okay, come sit with me. Come sit with me. Oh, baby. Okay, there you go. Okay. So that's a pretty clear-cut story to me. And as I said, if this is applying to a romantic connection for you, I'm getting more practical energy from it about, maybe it's a work project or a creative project, you're renovating a house, there's a physical project happening. But if this is a relationship, again, those lessons and those stories and those energies do apply. Maybe it's time to reassess your strategy in this relationship and whether you're getting the balance from it that you desire. I also want to point out there's a lot of masculine energy in these cards. I think it's important to note when, our divine masculine and divine feminine energies are maybe a bit imbalanced. So masculine energy is about forthrightness, being headstrong, being physically strong, all traits that we need to balance with being feminine energy, which is being nurturing, being kind, being thoughtful, being an emotionally intellectual and smart person, having a bit of intuition. So this is a very masculine energy spread we've got at the moment. Maybe it's time to lean into your feminine traits, and that doesn't mean per se you have to be a woman or a man. I'm talking about energies, so you can be a woman and have your divine masculine energy out of whack and vice versa. So next, more masculine energy, we come to the King of Swords. So there is a King of Swords here who maybe he's a result of this cunning strategy we had in the Seven of Swords before. I'm going to apologise for Stanley's lopping. He's glopping and lopping. He's very needy at the moment. Very needy, as you can see. Have to be on me. Hey, bub. Shh. He winks at me. Anyway. King of Wands. Successful man, a strong man, a fair man, all woman. It's a masculine energy, as I said, but you could be encompassing this, or someone around you could be. He's headstrong. He knows what he's doing. He's accomplished a lot through endeavors of the mind and the head. Okay, so he's fair and he sees all. He's not a nasty or unkind or a vindictive king, but he knows how to wield his sword. He has won battles. Okay, so the King of Swords here. It's a good energy. It's a solid energy. And then we've got the Queen of Wands reversed. So we have a lot of these Wands energies that are just reversed at the moment. Okay, so our Ten of Wands is saying you've been working so hard. The Ace of Wands is saying the idea is there. It's gonna work out, but it's just not there yet. And our Queen of Wands is reversed too. So if this is a feminine card, the Wands are a masculine energy, but our Queen of Wands upright is about practicality. She's fair, she's beautiful, she's creative. But when you've got a reverse, she's a little bit more vindictive. She can be quite nasty. With the contrast of the King of Swords, Wands reverse and Queen of Wands reverse and the King of Swords, showing me there's maybe two differing energies we picked up here in this relationship, or maybe within you, that are kind of bringing you to halting you from enjoying your success, maybe keeping you in the legal system here. You might be going through a divorce. You might be holding on to old memories, old thoughts of where this relationship going at what aren't really serving you anymore. And I'm seeing someone who's trying to be stoic and trying to do the right thing, and then someone else has this vindictive energy, has this, I just want to be nasty, I just want to get an emotional one-up on you, I don't want to be fair, I just want to win. And it doesn't work out. That energy is what's keeping this card upside down, okay? You could be celebrating, you could be harvesting, but instead you're in a situation that requires the law to be involved. Last card here we've had come out, Seven of Pentacles. So a lot of long, arduous energies here. We're going into a long a long period where you've been working, looking at the past, again, having to strategize. This card of the harvest, it's not quite time to harvest yet. Seven of Pentacles is another long, enduring energy, and it's about reaping what you sow, but the process of sowing takes some time. And sowing, as in an agricultural farming term. All right, Stanley's getting eliminated, everyone. Say bye, Stan. Say bye. Talking about arduous energies. So again, the Seven of Pentacles, it takes time to plan out your harvest. What are you going to seed? And how long do you have to spend letting it grow? Now, this guy here, he's worked for some time. He's still got one in the earth, but it is time to harvest this. This is a signal that this battle, this work you've been doing, it will pay off. It will. It will. It will come to fruition. Just maybe not right now. I think you need to work on either getting the person around you to reverse their energy, become this King of Swords, and then you'll be able to harvest. Maybe think about your strategy. Embrace this Swords energy. The conflict between the Wands and the Swords right now is telling me that although the intentions of the Wands are here, the essence of the argument or the project or the work you're discussing was started by this Wands energy. So this Wands energy is important. You can't write it off and say this is what the problem is. No, the Wands energy is perfect, and you need to have balance here. Like with most relationships, you need to be able to encompass the best elements of the Wands, the practical fiery energy, and the best elements of the Swords, the intelligent, the thought out, and the cunning, the strategic energy. And when you balance those things, you'll be able to enjoy your harvest. Okay, so we're going to hark back to our bottom deck energy. Maybe it's time to spend some time removed from this relationship, partnership, or taking some time away from this project. Go within and kind of think about the strategies we need to fix internally, because you can't control other people. There's nothing you can do. You can't sway the judge. You can only be the judge of your own circumstances and your own actions. That's all you can do, and you're going to waste your own energy trying to worry about anything otherwise. So it's time to go within for a bit. Re-strategize. Think about those energies. Do some research on Wands and Swords. I encourage you to kind of think about the masculine energies they encompass, and maybe lean into a new project. Or just Pentacles are about connecting with Earth, actually. So that's Earth energy. Maybe it's time to just spend time in nature for a bit. Go on a retreat. Connect with your body. Take a minute and come back as this Queen of Wands, so you can harvest the fruits of your labor. I think that's enough messaging in these cards today. I don't feel inclined to pull any more. If you're feeling like that really was for you, feel free to send me a message. We can discuss it further, do some more work. I'd love to know what you guys think. If it wasn't resonating with you, then, you know, maybe there's some lessons that, there's some messages or lessons or stories that might be relevant sooner than you expect, that you encounter and go, huh, I remember that story. And you can pop it in your toolkit and use it for another time. All right, well, I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.